Hi there, thank you for checking out this tutorial video on applications of linear equations. This is one of the series of videos that I have uploaded about problem solving involving two unknowns or one unknown. I have grouped the videos on my playlist so that you can easily find them. This is Mommy J and welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so for these slides, I will be teaching you how to solve mixture problems involving two variables. Okay, like any other problem solving or word problems, what we really have to do first is to read and then analyze, comprehend, visualize the problem that is given to us. So we can actually translate this into our own language. So if you're Filipino, you can translate this into Tagalog or your own dialect so that you can somehow understand what is the scenario of the problem given. Alright? Now, in mixture problems, what we really have to look for is or are the volume of what is or what are being mixed, right? Could be volume or mass. And then also we need to know what is the concentration, which is usually given in percent. What is the concentration of each of the um, part of the mixture, yung mini-mix natin na mga, let's say for example, ingredient or liquids, yan. So, it could possibly be two or more liquids being mixed together. So, we need to know each concentration of that particular liquid involved. Alright, so in this number 1, we have a cowherd that has some cream which is 22% butter fat and some which is 15% butter fat. Okay, yung cowherd din yung nag-take care ng mga baka. Okay, ng cattle. And then, normally, they are the ones who get the milk or do the milking from the cattle. And then, yung milk, meron siyang tinatawag na butter fat. Okay? So, yung butter fat, in that particular example, ay 22%. Yung isa. The other one, na-analyze na merong 15% butter fat. So, meron tayong dalawang imimix in this problem. Now, following the following sentence, we are asked of how many gallons of each must be mixed to produce 60 gallons of cream, which is 19% butter fat. So, when we add the two liquids, cream, containing 22%, and then the other one has 15%, we can create a 19% mixture, a 19% butter fat mixture. Alright? So, pag pinag-add natin yung dalawa na 22% at saka 15%, it may create a 19% butter fat mixture. So, as you can see, pag nag-mix tayo, tingnan nyo yung numbers, 22% at saka 15%. Pag nag-mix tayo niyan, dapat yung percentage yan, it should be within this two given. Just like 19%. We cannot mix 22% and 15% and then create higher than 23% mixture, 22% mixture like 23%. We cannot create a mixture like that. And then, pag minix mo din, hindi rin pwedeng mas mababa sa 15%. Ano? Kasi meron tayong, kumbaga, less concentrated at saka more concentrated. Pag minix mo yun, edi somewhere in between yung mapaproduce natin na or concentration. Okay, so we will be mixing 15% and 22% cream. Meron ganitong percentages ng butterfat. And then, we are asked how many gallons of each. Hindi natin alam. So, we will be assigning variables on those things that we do not know. So, let's say this is X gallons. This is Y gallons. Okay? That will create how many gallons given? It will create 60 gallons, or it will produce a mixture of 60 gallons of cream, which is 19% butterfat. So, a while ago, I'm telling you that the important details that we need to know in mixture problems are the volume or mass. In this case, it's about volume or gallons in here. And also the concentration. So, X, Y, and 60 are volumes, individual volumes. Pag pinag-add natin yung dalawa, ang sabi sa problem, it will create 60 gallons. And then that 60 gallon has its own percentage, 19%. Now, from here, we can have two equations. So, the two equations are what? When you add X plus Y, that is equal to 60. Now, the other equation involves concentration. It means that 0.15 of X plus 0.22 of Y is equal to 0.19 of 60. So, in every mixture problem, these are the possible equations. The sum of the volumes equals the total volume, and then each volume multiplied by the corresponding percentage or concentration, that will give us another equation. Alright? So, we can simplify the second equation by multiplying this by, multiply natin to by 100. Alright? So, when we multiply this by 100, so that the decimal places will be eliminated or magiging whole number na siya. So, it will give us, what? 15x plus 22y equals, times 100 natin yung 9.19. So, pag times 100 mo yan, 19 na siya. And then, 60. Okay? Now, we can see here that in order for us to eliminate a variable, we will also multiply the first equation. Let's say we multiply the first equation, this one. Let's multiply this by negative 15. Why? So that x will be eliminated. We have a separate video for linear equations, solving linear equations within two variables, because these are just, applications of that. Okay, so yung basic natin ng solving linear equations are on the separate slides or lecture videos. So let us multiply this by negative 15. The first equation, x plus y equals 60. So that will give us negative 15x minus 15y equals negative 15 times 60. So that is negative 900. Right? And then let us write below that this second equation, 15x plus 22y. So that will give us 15x plus 22y. Now, let us multiply 19 and 60. 19 times 60 is 1,140. Alright? So, with this, we can now eliminate the variable x. Now, let us subtract y variables. Negative 15 plus 22. We will subtract, we will combine. That will give us 7y. And also, 1,140 and negative 900. So, that would be 240. Right? And then, 240 divided by 7 equals 34.29. So, divide by 7 both sides. The y value is 34.29. What's the unit? It's in gallons. Alright? So, how do we write our final answer? Final answer, we can write it in sentence actually. We need 34.29 gallons of, so we can see that the y here is the 34.29 gallon of 22% of 22% butterfat. While, how do we get the value of x? So the value of x is just 60 minus y. Alright? Or 60 minus 34.29. And that is 25.71. So we need 25.71 gallons of 15% butterfat. So, yun yung pinaka-final answer natin. We really have to go back to the problem and see whether we have answered the question. How many gallons of each must be mixed? So, that is, or those are the answers. Alright, number 2. Let us read first the problem. How many kilograms of coffee that is 30% Java beans must be mixed with 80 kilograms of coffee that is 40% Java beans to make a coffee that is 32% Java beans? Okay, that like what we did in the previous slide, we need to identify here the mass or the volume that are being mixed, and then also the corresponding concentration of each of the things that are being mixed, and then the concentration of the final product, right? So, we have here 30% Java beans. How many kilograms? So, we do not know how many kilograms of 30% Java beans. So, that is the unknown. We do not know how much or in kilograms or what's the mass of this 30% Java beans to be mixed with, it says here that you will be mixing that into 80 kilograms of coffee. That is 40% Java beans to make a coffee that is 32% Java beans. And there's also no mass given for 32%. So we assign another variable. Let us assign y for that. So our two equations, the first equation is the mass equation, x plus 80 equals y. And then together with their concentrations, 0.30 times x plus 0.40 times 80 equals 0.32 times y. Right? So that's how we write the equations in mixtures. The mass equation and the concentration equation. So we can actually multiply the second equation by 100 so that we will eliminate the decimals in this equation. We have 30x. Now 100 times 0.40, that will give us 40, and then times 80, and 0.32 will become 32y. Also, we can multiply 40 times 80, that will give us 3,200 equals 32y. Now, if we want to eliminate y, because what we need here in the problem is the kilograms or the mass of coffee that is 30% Java beans. So this is what we need here. Now let us eliminate right away the variable y so that x will be remaining. X will be the remaining variable. So to eliminate the variable y, this one, and then from this one, let us multiply this equation by negative 32. Alright? Okay, let us see. If we multiply this by negative 32, that will give us negative 32x plus 80 times 32, negative 2,560. Now, let us erase this one. It's negative 2,560. Right? We multiply this by negative 32. And then, y times negative 32, so that is negative 32y. Now, together with this equation, let us write this in here. So that will be 30x plus 3,200 equals 32y. So what we can see here is that we can now eliminate the y variable, negative 32 plus 32. So that will give us 0. And then 3,200, this is positive. And then with negative 2,560, we add that or combine that two numbers. That will give us 640. And then negative 32x and positive 30, combining these two, we have negative 2x. Alright? And then solving for x here, we can actually transpose negative 640 on the right side. So negative 2x equals negative 640. Divide both sides by negative 2. Right? So this will give us 320 kilograms. Okay? So we will write our final answer now. Final answer 320 kilograms is of 30% Java beans is needed. Alright, so that's our final answer. Okay, let's move on to number 3. A syrup factory has some pure corn syrup and some which is 85% corn syrup. How many liters of it should be mixed to make a 150 liter, which is 96% corn syrup? So we have here to be mixed with each other are pure corn syrup. When we say pure, the assigned percentage for pure is 100% corn syrup. And then we will add this to 85% corn syrup to create or to produce 96% corn syrup. Now, we also have here 150 liters of the final product. What we do not know are the two volumes of what will be mixed together. 100% and 85%. So, that is the scenario of the problem in our representation or diagram. Okay? So, it's always better to have a representation, a diagram, so that we can summarize what is being given to us in the problem. So, again, our equations for mixtures. The first equation is about the volume. X plus y equals 150. And then the second equation is about the percentage. So this will give us 100% in decimal is 1x or x. Alright? 0.85 y. And 96% is 0.96. And then times 150. Okay, so let us also, just like what we did in the previous examples, multiply this by 100. It will give us 100x plus 85y equals 96 times 150. Alright. So, as we can see here, we can actually directly multiply this. 100x 85y 96 times 150. Although there are other problems, it's easier to simplify with just not always times 100. Alright? Sometimes you can just multiply it by 2 to make the decimal equal to a whole number. Now, but in this case, just like in the previous examples, the second equation has to be multiplied always by 100 so that the decimals will be eliminated. Alright? So, we have here 100x plus 85y. Now, 96 times 150, 14,400. That is the second equation. So, with the first equation, x plus y equals 150. Now, let us try to multiply this first equation by negative 100. So that, why do we need to multiply this by negative 100? We need to eliminate one variable, and that variable that we can eliminate is the variable x. Alright? So, this will give us negative 100x, negative 100y equals negative 15,000. Okay? And then, using the second equation, 100x plus 85y equals 14,400. Eliminated ang x. Negative 100 plus 85, so that's negative 15y. 14,400. We combine it to negative 15,000. That will give us 600. Negative. Right? And then divide both sides by negative 15. We will come up with 600 divided by 15. 40. Alright? So 40 is the variable y. So this is the y variable, which is 40. The unit of 40 is in liters. So 40 liters. If the total volume is 150 liters, therefore, this one is 110 liters. Alright? Because 150 minus 40, that will give us 110 liters. Alright? So, we can write our final answer in sentence. "110 liters of pure corn syrup must be mixed with 40 liters of 85% corn syrup." Right? You just simply write your final answer like this. Okay? Okay, number 4. How many grams of pure water must be added to 50 grams of pure acid to make a solution that is 40% acid? Okay, so let us draw again the scenario. We will be adding pure water and we will add that to pure acid. Okay, and that is 50 grams pure acid. What we do not know is how much pure water. Alright? We do not know this. And then we do not also know this one. Alright? Now, if we have pure acid, this one is the pure acid, is 50 grams. Okay, the concentration of pure acid is 100%. Alright? And then this one, the product is 40%. Now, the question is, what is the concentration of X or the pure water? Right? The concentration of this in terms of the concentration of acid is none. So, there's no acid in pure water. Alright? So, that's 0%. So, this is our working equation. X plus 50 equals y. 0x plus 100% times 50 equals 40y. Yan. Right? We can write the percentages right away so that we can eliminate the step of multiplying the equation by 100. We can directly write that 1. Okay? So we have here the first equation, x plus 50 equals y. Now, the second equation, there's no more x. 0x is 0. And then 100 times 50, that will give us 5,000. equals 40y. Alright, so in this second equation, we can actually solve right away the variable y. Okay? Just divide this by 40, both sides. So that will give us 5,000 divided by 40, which is 125. So y is equal to 125 grams. Alright? So the y here is the product, the 40% acid. But what we are asking here is how many grams of pure water. So what is being asked here is x. Now, if the y variable is equivalent to 125 grams, okay? So what will be x? So the x here is equal to 75 grams. So it is just 125 minus 50. This one in this equation, y is 125. 125 minus 50. So that will give us x equals 75 grams. Right? So 75 grams of pure water. Of pure water. So that's our final answer. Okay, we can also solve mixtures involving price and volume. So similar solution, just like what we did in the previous examples. That is what we will be doing here. So what we need to do is to know the volumes or mass of what are being mixed, and then the final product, how many grams or what is the volume, things like that. So in this case, we have a candy mix that sells for 25 pesos per kilogram. It contains chocolates worth 30 pesos per kilogram and other candy worth 18 pesos per kilogram. How much of each are in 15 kilograms of the mixture? Okay, let us analyze again the problem. A candy mix. So there's a mixture of candy that sells for 25 pesos per kilogram. So that means the final product is a mixture with 25 pesos per kilogram cost. And then that's a mixture of chocolates worth 30 pesos per kilogram and the other candy which is 18 pesos per kilogram. How much of each are in 15 kilograms of the mixture? So the mixture is 15 kilograms. What we do not know here are the mass of each of what are being mixed. So we can assign x and y there. So x plus y is equal to 15. And then 30 pesos times x plus 18 pesos times y equals 25 pesos times 15. So, ang ating scenario dito is that there is a chocolate variety here, 30 pesos per kilogram. So, para siyang in a way, cost analysis na hindi sana dapat tayo malulugi pagka nagbenta tayo, no po? Yan. So, ganyan siya pwedeng gawin. So there's 18 pesos per kilogram of another kind of candy. This one. Okay? And then, 25 pesos per kilogram yung mixture natin, which is 15 kilograms in the given. So, what we can do here is to multiply 25 and 15. So, that will give us 375. Yan. And then, let us try to eliminate. This time, y naman ang eliminate natin. To eliminate y, let us multiply this equation by negative 18. So, multiplying this by negative 18, that will give us negative 18x minus 18y equals negative 18 times 15 is negative 270. And then let us rewrite the second equation, 30x plus 18y. Again, it's up to you what variable you want to eliminate, as long as in the final answer, you have answered the question in the problem. Now, eliminate y variable. Then 30x, negative 18x, so that is positive 12x. 375 minus 270, so that will give us 105. And then divide both sides by 12, which is 8.75. Alright, so 8.75, what's the unit? Kilograms. Okay, so if this is 8.75, the variable x is 8.75 kilograms. What is the y variable? So it's just, y variable is just 15 minus 8.75. So that is 6.25. Right? So 6.25. So y is just equal to 15 minus 8.75, which is 6.25. So we can write our final answer. The final answer is that we need 8.75 kilograms of chocolates and 6.25 kilograms of the other candy. And to be mixed. Okay. Alright, so thank you for watching the video. I hope you follow through the techniques on how to solve for mixture problems. You can use this so that I hope it will be easier for you to understand, to solve mixture problems that your teacher will be giving to you or for your exams. Okay? And please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be updated of future videos coming soon. Thank you.